Yes, 1 minute to go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and our enthusiastic new members. A very warm welcome to the District 20 new member orientation program. I am Toastmaster Rahim Leta Singh, and I'm honored to be your Master of Ceremonies for this exciting event today. Fellow citizens and new Toastmasters, esteemed guests and future Toastmasters, a very warm welcome to all our new members orientation program. Today, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, growth, empowerment through Toastmasters International. I am honored to be your Master of Ceremonies for this enlightening session. Before we dive into the heart of today's event, it's essential to acknowledge and thank the dedicated individuals who play a pivotal role in the success of our district. Please join in extending our gratitude to our district trio officers who work to support clubs and members throughout our district. I would like to recognize our district director, our esteemed district director, DTM, Mona Alakwa, program quality director, PQD, DTM, Yasser Algasa, club growth director, DTM, Shehem Muhammad. Thank you for all your leadership commitment and for being helped to support our new members. Now we have an exciting lineup of speakers who will guide us through the essentials of Toastmasters. First up, we have a distinguished figure in the Toastmasters community. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan, who will enlighten us with an introduction of Toastmasters. Next, we have distinguished Toastmaster Sravanti Valampati, who will enlighten us through the Transformative Pathways program. Last, but certainly not least, we have Toastmaster Mahmood Al-Mardi, who will dive into the vital role of mentoring in Toastmasters. I would like to mention one more thing here to extend our appreciation to the individual who has worked tirelessly to make this event possible. Our NMOP coordinator, DTM Jahangir Khan, coordinator DTM Jahangir Khan, his hard work and his vision. As well as we have Zoom moderator and timer, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Pal. Their dedication and hard work have brought us all here today. Thank you, Event Chair, DTM Jahangir Khan and Toastmaster Dinesh Pal, for making this orientation program a reality. Now, this is the time to introduce our first presenter, who is Toastmasters over 18 years, started his journey as a Gavilier at Shaheen Gavels Club in 2004, almost 13 years, working with General Directorate of Civil Defense as evacuation drill trainer. Graduated in Bahrain of University of Bahrain in 2015. Loves to adventure sports, skydiving, paragliding, parasailing, bungee jumping, etc. So please put your hands together to welcome our dynamic leader, DTM Jahangir Khan, to present the.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Hemlata Singh, leaders from around the globe, Toastmasters, District 20 Program Quality Director Yasser Al Kashar, fellow Toastmasters, and most importantly, the new members in the Toastmasters. Welcome to NMOP 9. Now, for today, introduction to Toastmasters, we were supposed to have another presenter. Unfortunately, she's not here. But still, I would like to say thank you to Toastmaster Fatma, who accepted it. But unfortunately, she's not here today. So I'm just stepping in for her. Now, introduction to Toastmasters. The idea of having this particular workshop or a talk is to introduce Toastmasters in depth to the new members. Now, I'm pretty sure that all of you would have come across the mission, the vision, the core values of Toastmasters, what would have made you decide what you need from Toastmasters in general. Now, firstly, in my personal experience and what I have always been saying, I've been around Toastmasters for about 18 to 19 years now. As mentioned by Master of the Ceremonies, I started as a very young age as a Cavalier. Now, what made me stay in Toastmasters is very important. And that is that in my personal experience, I believe that this is the best learning ground. It is the best playground you can be. It's the best place where you can learn what you want. And no one is going to judge you. It's not like any other school where you're having a grading. It's not like any other workspace where the manager is telling you, hey, you need to work better in this and your promotion will be cancelled otherwise. It's not happening here like that. Yes, we do provide evaluations to the speakers in order for them to improve. We provide opportunities for the newcomers to develop their skills for which they are joining in. Now, a lot of people in Toastmasters, when we ask them, why do you want to join Toastmasters before inducting them? The one reason which we receive the common answer is we want to be a better speaker. We want to improve our communication skills. We believe that we are feeling nervousness when we present in front of our colleagues. Now, why does it happen? What do you think is the reason that makes you feel that you cannot present even before you try out doing it? A lot of people I know that they don't even try out to present anything in front of their colleagues or in front of their friends for one reason or the other. I want the answers. What do you think could be that reason? Why don't they even try before concluding that we are not good enough to present? Deepa, can you help me with the answer? A short one. What do you think is the reason for that?
Thank you, DTM Jahangir. Yeah, one of the main reasons I feel that people hesitate to even get onto the stage is fear of judgment. They may be excellent speakers, but then the lack of confidence in themselves is one of the things. Sometimes, even if they are, they're worried about how people are going to judge them, how they're going to fare, fear of failure. So, the moment you consider it as your own journey, if you are better than what you were earlier, if you could just do that, think of it as your journey, your improvement rather than how people perceive you. Once you get out of that, I think it would give people a lot of confidence to just go ahead. Today, I'm nervous. Tomorrow, when I take the stage, I'm a lot more confident. If you are your own competitor, if you're competing with just yourself and you stop worrying about the people, and that way, Toastmasters, I believe, makes it a lot easier
Thank you.
compared
Thank
to
you,
any other
Deepa, for
platform.
making it. Thank you so much for your answer. Beautifully said. That fear of judgment. This is a fear which makes a lot of people even they don't even step forward to come onto the stage and deliver what they want to. But I personally believe the ones who take the decision of joining such an organization or any other platform where they can improve themselves, they are brave enough. They are accepting that they want to work on themselves. And the new members who are joining us today, I congratulate you for accepting that there is something in you on which you want to work on. When I joined Toastmaster, trust me, when I used to go on the podium, I used to shiver. My legs used to tremble. Like it was not an easy task for me to speak in front of an audience. But it took some time. It took some encouragement from my fellow students around in my Games Club, which made me deliver speeches. And today, 18 years, today I get paid for speaking in front of an audience. And now the greater the audience, the better I feel. The smaller the audience, I feel like, oh, I mean, I'm a bit nervous. I need a bigger crowd. So that is something which we all need to accept, that if we are accepting that we need to work on something, that is the first success for you. So congratulations for accepting that and coming forward to work on yourself. You are having something in you, what you have realized already. Now what you need to do is work on it in a friendly atmosphere of a club you have joined. Toastmaster is a platform where you can have a membership in one club, whereas you can attend meetings around the globe. Thanks to COVID, we did get something, that is to attend the meetings around the globe, whether it be US, whether it be UK, whether it be in Africa, wherever you wish, you can attend a meeting virtually. In the king country you're staying in, you can go to any club and deliver a speech or get an experience from the fellow Toastmasters from other clubs. Another thing about Toastmasters is about you get mentoring from not just as soon as a new member joins in, you get a mentor, right? You get someone who will be mentoring you. If you believe that there is another person, for example, I have been assigned Toastmaster Deepa as my mentor, but I believe that Toastmaster Himlata's style is more captivating to me. If I reach out to Toastmaster Himlata, do you think she will say, no, go to your mentor? No, she'll happily help me. That is the beauty of Toastmasters. When I joined Toastmasters back in 18 years back, though I had one mentor, but trust me, I used to go to every other person and no one said no to me. This platform is the only platform where you can reach out to any Toastmaster at any given time. Though we don't recommend that, but you can drop a message at 9 p.m. at night. Tomorrow you'll receive a message. Yes, Jahangir, how can I help you? What do you need? How can I help you in what exactly you're looking for? Now I'm competing in a club level contest and I'm having a mentor who has nothing to do with District 20. I have reached out to her and she's helping me. Why? Because we as individuals and Toastmasters want to help one another to become a better leader and communicator. So you, when you join Toastmaster, you get multiple opportunities. In a club level, you can be a leader. You can help your committee members, the 7 XCOM officers you're having. As a new member, you can step in helping as a subcommittee member. You are good at PR, but still want to improve. You can be a subcommittee of a vice president public relation. You're good in getting members or organizing things. You can be part of the VP membership subcommittee and help in leadership role. Likewise, treasurer, education, secretary, you can be in a subcommittee of any officer and you can learn the leadership roles, which will help you in your professional career as well. Along with that, you can go up the ladder. The area, the club you're part of, 4 or 5 club makes an area. Your area organizes a special event. You can go there and try your skill over there. Again, no one will be judging you. Why do you want to take the sponsorship head? Why do you want to be the event organizer? They will be happily accepting what you want to take and they will be supporting you. So this Toastmasters platform is not just limited for you to become a better communicator, it really helps you in becoming a better leader as well. So Toastmasters, what you have joined, it's not going to disappoint you. I must say that if you take care of yourself in Toastmaster, you will get a lot of fruitful results, what you wish for. One reminder which I always give to my mentees as well is don't overburden yourself. Trust me, when you join Toastmaster, you show that you want to learn everything, you want to dedicate yourself in everything. You will be getting a lot of opportunities from various clubs, various areas, various divisions. And I have seen many leaders They are going up the ladder. The new members, they're going up the ladder, and slowly they start to disappear. The reason for that is they take a lot onto themselves. Take Toastmasters as a hobby. Take Toastmasters as a platform where you're improving yourself and you are spending your quality time in helping another fellow Toastmaster as well. Not taking this as your full-time job and then taking a lot of this particular thing that you lose time for your family and professional career. So if you can, go ahead. If not, then take it slow. That is what I would recommend. Along with that, as I mentioned, you can take opportunities in the club meetings. Every club meeting, you get an opportunity to serve as a role player. Don't take any role as a small role because every role teaches you something, whether it be a timer, whether it be an accounter, whether it be a grammarian, or being a master of the ceremonies, the captain of the ship. Whatever you take, give everything in onto that role. You just, for example, if you're a timer, you don't have to just come and read the timing script, the timing criteria for the particular segments. You can be creative with your script. You can start off with a quotation, you can start off with a story, your personal touch, because you get those few minutes of fame to deliver what you have prepared as a timer. Grammarian, accounter, you can give whatever you have in the 2 to 3 minutes of introduction you're having. When it comes to the master of the ceremonies, that is my favorite Toastmaster role. I don't even recall how many times I have taken that particular role because once you take a master of the ceremonies role, you are the boss. You can do anything what you wish. You can be as creative as you want. You can bring in whatever you want to that particular meeting, to that particular theme. So whenever you take the master of the ceremonies, you don't have to just come and read out the next speaker is, the next role player is. You can be creative. As a master of the ceremonies, for instance, if I'm the master of the ceremonies, what I always do is I take good introduction of the role players and the presenter because I never like presenter or the master of the ceremonies introducing me. Our next presenter is Jahangir Khan. Please welcome Jahangir Khan. No, I don't deserve that. It doesn't matter. I have done something in my life which needs to be recognized. So instead, what I can do is, as a master of the ceremonies, I'll send a message to, for instance, Toastmaster Yasser. Please give me the answer to these particular questions. What do you do? Your biggest achievement, or one question related to the theme of the meeting. What do you think of Easter? Well, happy Easter, everyone, to those celebrating today. I'm sorry I forgot to say that. Happy Easter. May this festive bring happiness, peace to you and your family. Enjoy. So you can ask a question related to Easter as well. What do you think about the Easter celebration? And that is how you introduce the presenter. Our first speaker for today is Toastmaster Yasser Al-Kashar, who works at Banagas, who has an experience of this many years. When I asked the presenter about his feelings about Easter, this is what he replied. So please welcome our amazing speaker number one, Yasser Al-Kashar. Now you see, there is a difference. He is getting that particular part introduction, which I personally believe he deserves, and that is how you introduce the speaker. So when you're an MC, you can be creative as much as you can. Another thing which I always emphasize is, as an MC in specific, you ask for the name pronunciation. My name, Jahangir Khan, is not an easy name. Yasser is easy, Ramla, it's easy. Deepa, it's easy, but some names are a bit complicated because subcontinent names. My name, Jahangir Khan. People call Joshua, they have called me Joshua, Jahangir. They take their sweet time to pronounce, and that is when that's my name. Instead, as a presenter, what they can do is, if I'm the presenter, what I'll do, Jahangir, can you send me a short voice note how to pronounce your name so that at least I can pronounce the name of the presenter properly. So this is how you can do when it comes to the role of the master of the ceremonies. Overall, I would say that Toastmasters, as I mentioned, there are multiple opportunities for you to grow in this particular platform. Please make sure that you take advantage of this platform as much as you can because it's not any expensive. Trust me, it's just In my personal opinion, it's 2 cups of coffee in a month, what you're paying. So at least whatever we are paying, we have to make sure that we are not just paying our dues and not attending the meetings or not contributing to the meeting. We should take as much as we can from that particular fees which we're paying to the club. Whatever opportunity we get, take advantage of that. And trust me, you will see a difference in yourself, in your performance, and this will definitely help you in growing yourself in your professional career as well. Another thing which is very important about Toastmasters in general, I don't know about other parts of the world, but in specific District 20, we all believe in that. Though we are a big family, but it is a wonderful opportunity for us to network. Toastmasters is a great group for networking. You never know, tomorrow, if I need something, assistance in something, I can reach out to Latif, who's staying in Sri Lanka, for instance. He can help me out with that. Now I have a friend in Sri Lanka, for instance. Ramla, who's staying in Iraq, I can ask Ramla, there's something which I'm looking for, and I have a friend, a fellow Toastmaster in Iraq who can help me. So it is an opportunity for you to network, to grow yourself, and improve, and you will never get any such platform anywhere else. So I welcome you once again to Toastmasters International. Take care of yourself in this beautiful journey. Make sure to take benefit of each and every opportunity you get in your club, area, division, district, and beyond. No one is going to judge you, and you will improve yourself and you will see the difference. We will be having a question and answer session towards the end of the session. I'll be happy to take as many questions you have, and I'll share the best of my answers which I have for you. And that's about it. Thank you so much, and back to Master of the Ceremonies.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan, for that insightful presentation of Introduction to the Toastmasters. Really, even I learned one thing from you now. I am not that much creative. Even I forget to mention Easter. So, once again, happy Easter to all of you, whoever is celebrating and whoever wants to celebrate. And my next presenter is, I am sure she is one of that Easter. Definitely in that country, they are celebrating Easter in a huge way. So definitely she is enjoying and she has lots of things to share with us. But without delay, we would like to mention our next presenter. So we cannot waste our time. So our presenter, she is a resident of USA. Toastmasters in 2013 to practice speaking purposefully, an award winning 3 times DTM and member of 7 clubs, both community and corporate. Sravanti has served all club officers' role as area director, division director, program quality director, and district director. She is a club sponsor, mentor, coach, YLP coordinator, pathways guide, and an active workshop presenter in her home district, District 10, and beyond. She has completed all 11 paths and is excited to embark on the newest edition in exploration. Oh my God, we have less words to introduce her. She is fond of clarity, connection, and confidence with Toastmasters. Whereas she goes as a Toastmasters. So please put your hands together to welcome our dynamic personality, distinguished Toastmaster Sravanti Valampati.
Thank you, Hemlata.
Yeah, floor is yours.
Thank you, Hemlata. My dear friends, I'm Shravanti, and I am delighted to meet all of you today. It is an honor. It is an honor to talk about pathways, to share my own presentation, and also to take questions learned from you and garner those very many ideas that always come to light when we are in front of people who are eager learners. With that being said, I'm going to take your permission and share my screen. Please let me know if you're able to see it. Yes? Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for helping me out here. And today it has been an honor actually to prepare. It's been a little while since I presented on pathways, although with my mentees and in all of my 7 clubs, we talk about pathways, and I myself had a very humbling yet totally inspiring journey towards my pathways completions. I'm going to have a few asks of you and a little icebreaker, if you will. Does anyone remember what their first icebreaker was? Yes? That brings back memories, doesn't it? And many, to DTM Johnny's message previously, many of us think about icebreakers, or many of us think about pathways projects as something like scaling a mountain, solving world hunger, whatever that may be. More power to us if we are able to do all of that. But you can keep it simple. You don't have to share with all of us what your first icebreaker was, but I'm going to ask you to keep it at the back of your mind. As you can see, this is a peony that blooms every single year. It's the most fragrant one in my garden. And I have given 4 icebreakers on gardening. I made it easy for myself. My first icebreaker was about gardening. I didn't have this particular peony, but it was about gardening. So I eased into it. So for those of you who are thinking about pathways or about speeches or giving or not giving them, I want you to understand that you don't have to take that burden like Toastmaster Jani said. Make it easy on yourself. Ease into it. Take a number of roles. Talk about something you're passionate about. So keep that, your first icebreaker or your hobby, at the back of your mind, because we are going to come back and visit it. Now I'm going to say, we will cover very many things, and in the 20+ minutes that I have, it may not be enough, but I will give you a little bit of a roadmap for what we are going to cover today. Before I do that, I do have an ask of you, as I said. All of us are here because I will make an assumption that we have a desire to learn. Learn about Toastmasters, learn about pathways, deep dive into mentoring, and take the essence of what this whole program of Pathways and Toastmasters International's leadership experience has to offer to us. So I am going to honestly make that assumption. We all have a desire, and we will revisit this desire at the end of my presentation as well. With that, we will move into what the Pathways Education Program is about, the core competencies and the benefits on a personal and professional level to each one of us. I will cover a variety of paths offered. I'll even walk you through how we might be able to pick a path and a few ideas of how you decide what path to pick or what your project should entail, what you must speak about, whether you want to talk about wearing, why everyone must wear a navy blue shirt on a Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. or why we want to solve world hunger. It is a party. The whole universe is at our behest here. That will become our holy grail. So we will walk through a few ideas. And last but not least, we will have a conversation. And I will bring you back to this icebreaker or your hobby idea, why I asked for it. Are we ready? With me? Excellent. Let's talk about this. The Toastmasters Education Program, Pathways. I've highlighted it. I will not read my slides. That's the last thing I want to do because it's out there. It's all around the toastmasters.org website. All you have to do is take that desire to that next level. You can click away, entertain yourself, learn a little bit, and reflect as you hit the sack every day and say, what is it that I'm going to take away from my learning today? It is to fine-tune our public speaking, communication, and leadership skills, but that's not all. We read. It's like going and reading from a library of humanity. We learn about others' lives. We show our vulnerabilities. We explore our own strengths. We give appreciation. We learn about new topics through those speeches and come away richer every single time. But the real power, my friends, is outside this meeting. To Toastmasters Jani's point, to take something away and go explore. The real application is in our personal, professional, social, and emotional lives. So let's go outside this meeting room. The real power of Toastmasters, that's where that is. It is a safe and supported club environment. That's what gives us the power. But it's not without 4 distinct foundations. We'll talk about them. First one is this experiential learning. What does that mean? We practice in an environment where we are able to hands-on experience what it is that we are learning. The theory comes ahead. We have over 300 competencies. We might briefly touch on some of those as I speak. And if you're already clicking away, I want you to lean into this session and click away after. Right? Please stay with me. The second is mentoring. We will hear more about it. And Toastmaster Jani already mentioned mentoring to us and the power of mentoring. Every time I reach out to my many mentees, I am learning. I am a better person for mentoring them. And I have many mentors myself. Some are situational, some are regular, some are, I just walk into a room and I say, I need your help. Will you mentor me? Right? I do that all the time. And I encourage you to think about too. The third foundational pillar is peer feedback. And it's real time. So whether you want to cash in on the real-time feedback or you want to go back and follow up with someone based on what you've done, what you could do differently. And I want to encourage each one of us, the first thing is, so what can I do better? Ask, what did I do well? First, ask what you did well, because that's what gets me out of bed. Opportunities for improvement does not get me out of bed. I have to say that. What really motivates us is what we did well. So please remember when you're working with others to say what they did well. And remember also, when you ask for feedback, to ask what you did well, because then that becomes easy. You can leverage your strength. And of course, ask for an opportunity as well. And the fourth pillar is self-paced program. And we've touched on it briefly as well. You can go about it the way that you are comfortable, the way that your life allows you to do it, the way that your professional needs or personal needs warrant you to do that, right? Allowance is one thing, but sometimes we need some of this practice. So let's do that. So out of these 4 growth principles, 4 foundations, we develop that richness. I mentioned that we have about 300 plus competencies, and more are going to come with explorations, the new pathways additions that are coming up. There are 11 specialized paths, and I'll briefly touch on some of those. Some of you might be wondering, oh, aren't some going away? We'll touch on that as well. So we have 11 specialized paths, dynamic leadership all the way through engaging humor, which was the last one. It's not new anymore, but it was the last one that was added. These projects are crafted to promote self-awareness. So if you have ever gone beyond your icebreaker or even thought about giving it, or you've poked around a little bit, you know there are 5 levels to each path. We'll get through the anatomy of a path as well. But the first is self-awareness. And the first and the second levels actually give a lot of us that foundation to know who we are. From breaking the ice to talking about what your communication and leadership might be, how emotionally intelligent that would make us, right? And how we are able to adeptly handle ourselves and those who are listening to us, those who are our audience. Toastmasters also, throughout these 11 paths, with a little more and a little less focus, deals with 5 or focuses on 5 core competencies that I have here for you. And I would, yes, some of you are actually typing something in the chat. Please, I would be helped tremendously if you have your questions here. I'm going to answer those as well in the section that we have for question and answer, and I will stay available throughout the session and also beyond for anything that I may not have touched or able to answer in this session. So the 5 focus competencies are public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. While some of the definite focus on some of these paths may vary on each of those, we can rest assured that we will have all of these coming in different measure as we go through the Pathways program. Now, I did mention what is in it for each of us. Benefits for individuals could come in very many ways. It gives career advancers the skills they need for advancement. It gives some of us managers, some of those who are in leadership positions, to understand our audiences better and to help everyone who are our teams, direct team or other teams, partner teams, the leverage to get over our obstacles and work together, the tools to overcome those obstacles. It helps professionals, young and young at heart, to be those people who are seeking those skills that employers want. It helps, so some of you may know, the levels 3 and beyond offer us interviewing skills, how to make a podcast, how to present yourself better, how to deliver a keynote, how to work with others and deliver a project together. All of these are excellent ways to further that growth that we are seeking. Last but not least, again, international professionals. Some of us, just like I am doing, I'm all the way in cold Northeast Ohio, and here I am presenting to District 20 and beyond. See, some of us professionals who do a little more outside of work, who want to engage with others, it gives us a chance to engage with others and explore our own strengths and opportunities. Again, if you are in a corporation, especially if you're in a corporation, it can elevate your skill set. It can augment your existing training programs. Some of us actually help writing those training programs. How beautiful is that, right? You can do that. So if you take your engagement to that next level, you can be that person who, as a Toastmaster, augments your corporate and your personal training. Employees learn real-world transferable skills. So if you and I are employees who have the good fortune of working outside of home, whether it's in the community or at a corporation, we get those skills from Toastmasters. This can be an ongoing development. Many corporations invest in us through ongoing development, but as Toastmaster Jani said, and I won't repeat it, I had this favorite thing I would tell, I would share with a lot of people when I go to talk about Toastmasters is, for $1.72 a week, what do you get? Right? So you wouldn't even get a coffee these days. Imagine that investment in continuous learning, continuous growth, and continuous empowerment. Club meetings, again, are conducted entirely by your employees. So if you're part of a corporate club, and I'm fortunate to be part of 2 corporate clubs, one advanced and one regular club, we develop this through, and corporations, you can make a case and they might even support your growth and development. Okay, so we will talk about benefits. And I promised I would share what those paths are for some of you who may or may not have had the opportunity to actually look. These are the 11 paths. Then when we think about these paths and when we go about our selection of paths, the typical question that I do get asked is, how do I choose a path? So I want you to think about it as I walk you through how to choose a path. Right? First and foremost, and time permitting, I will actually take you to the Toastmasters website and show you this. But if you're with me and you're following along on another screen, you could say, you go to Pathways, and you go into Basecamp, you go to choose a path, you select your languages. It's offered in 11 different languages today. So you can select your language. Then the second one here is, how would you like to access your path and materials? So you pick about digital resources. For some who, I know I had one mentee who needed a printed path, and that was available to him. Right? And not every one of the paths, not every one of the levels and materials may be available, but you can explore that as well by especially reaching out to Toastmasters. And the third is, how would you like to select your path, right? So when it comes to this, when it comes to how would you like to select your path, I want to ask you, how do you select your path? Anyone? How do you select your path?
Take an assessment and then choose it.
Take an assessment and choose it. Excellent answer. Anyone else?
Can go through what's there in each of the pathways and see if somewhere it vibes with what you really want, and
Absolutely.
then maybe make your choice.
I can count on Deepa to use the word vibe, because she loves anything that vibes with her sentiment, right? Vibe is good. What else? What else?
Professional need. What is required at your profession?
Excellent. Professional need. What's required of your profession? Yeah, what you may be doing. What else? You can take the assessment, right? You can take the assessment. Toastmasters has a few questions for us. For those of us who may or may not be thinking about this actively, we can follow taking the assessment and we can follow their path. Yes, Toastmaster Jani.
What I want to improve on.
What you want to improve on. You're reading my mind, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay. What do
Because,
you
for
want
instance,
to improve
engaging
on?
humor. I believe I still
Absolutely.
need to work, so I selected.
Same here, same here. Me too. I needed to work on that too. So there are a few ways, and again, I'm no scientist here, but I will tell you from experience, from what I have learned myself from pursuing all 11 paths, what I've learned from my Toastmasters community. First and foremost, you can easily go view all paths, like Deepa said, whatever vibes with you, go sign up for it. There is no wrong way to do this. You can take an assessment and Toastmasters will come back, right? The assessment will come back with a recommendation for you. You can say, I'm going to pick one or two of these, and then you can sign up for those paths. To Toastmaster Jani's point, your opportunity, what do I want to improve on, right? So that opportunity could be a personal goal of yours. It could also be something that others may have said in your personal or professional life. Say, I think you're really good at A, B, and C, but D, I think you really have an opportunity there. So you might pick that. So there are 3 options, or 3 or 4 already, right? So whether it is a personal goal or a professional need, you can pick that. How about the 4th one, my favorite? How many of you think you have a gift? And one of those paths reflects your gift. I am one that always works from her strengths. So I will never get tired of saying that work from your strengths. How about you are a great motivator? People have told you that, hey, Deepa or Hemlita or Anushka, you are very good at motivating others. Right? You are emotionally intelligent, you know how to manage a room, you're asking questions, you are leaning in, and people always are bringing their troubles to you, and you seem to be a great listener and you offer them good advice. Fantastic. That is your strength. People have told you time and again, you somehow realize it too. How about taking motivational strategies and putting a bow on that and saying, I am done. Right? Leverage your strength and put a bow on it and say, I have formally now learned how to be even better at what I was already good at. Right? That's one of, I think, the 5 ways that you can go about this. And the 5th is my favorite. And my first one, people have told me, people always brought me their joys, their troubles, and I was this person. I won't claim that I'm an expert in anything, but I will say motivational strategy. People have always told me that I motivate them. My number 1 strength is positivity, or maybe they have something in. So my first path was motivational strategies. I said, what else is there in motivating others? I wanted to learn. And somewhere along the lines, I did sign up for engaging humor. I'm still getting there, a lot of work in progress. So I hope some of these ideas are helpful to you. Now next, I said we would get to the anatomy of a path. How many levels? 5. 5 levels. Every path has 5 levels. The newer ones may have lesser levels, but of the 11 that are available to us today, every path has 5 levels. And you will appreciate that the first one is about mastering fundamentals. Fundamentals, basics, and breaking the ice. I imagine this big block standing between you and me. Slowly but surely, I'm chipping away at it. That's really what that is about. The second is speaking purpose. All of us have to assume anyone who is saying something, writing, presenting, or sitting by you and having a conversation has a purpose. There is a point to this whole thing. So that's vocal variety and body language, evaluation and feedback. That's the basic. Then in second level, we learn about our own style. Then we slowly but surely increase our knowledge. We build on those skills and we demonstrate expertise. At some point, someone's going to say, she's really good at this. I think she worked at it. It may or may not be a gift, but your perseverance, your work at it is going to show. We must believe that. We must believe that it's going to show. The next to this is, I'm a little, behind elective projects. When we come to elective projects, this is really where we can get into the nitty-gritty. Now, I know some of us say, oh, 1 was required, 2 was required. Let me get credit for myself and my club. But there is nothing stopping us from pursuing all of those. Some of us have completed at least 2/3, if not all of them. And every time you sign up for a new path, here is your opportunity to pursue something different. If you love podcasting and you've already taken credit for creating 3 or 4 podcasts, please consider doing something new the next time you're in a path, correct? But you can always go back and learn about it. It's not just about getting credit or moving right along your paths. It is about learning. Some of us take longer in one path than some of us do in others. So take your time, focus on the learning. With the new learning management system launch, which is coming soon, and if you heard the board of directors and distinguished Toastmaster International President Morag and all her committees present the other day, just a couple of days ago, you will realize that there is the LMS launch that's coming up this year. 6 paths, I've indicated them with a check mark here. 6 paths will be available for purchase, but if you and I are currently purchasing, go ahead and purchase the other paths if you would like to pursue them. They will be available for completion, but not for purchase. Okay. Explorations. Yes, explorations will be introduced later with the LMS, and this I don't have all the information, but approximately 3 projects each. They are mini paths. They're smaller than the existing paths. All right. Features, benefits, and values. Let's take about 20 seconds to go through very quickly. There is nothing here that we don't know, haven't touched on, or felt for ourselves, but somehow there is this hesitation to fully lean in and leverage all of them. I encourage you to please do that. There is nothing stopping you. If you have the desire, then you have the potential within you to leverage each and every one of these. And remember what we said about the real power of Toastmasters is? Where is it? Where is the real power of Toastmasters? Outside this meeting room. Thank you. Outside this meeting room. So we have it within us. We have it within us to get outside this meeting room and leverage each one of those benefits. Right? Did I say we would come back to the icebreaker? Yes? How many of you have thought about your hobbies? How many of you are thinking, what will my next speech be? Or how many of you have hesitated to sign up for that next speech? Anyone? Okay, think about it. All you need to do is sign up for that next speech and talk about that hobby. Talk about that desire. Talk about what it is that's stopping you. Even if that is what is stopping you, go talk about it in your next speech. Say, this is why I have waited. You know, it's been 8 months since I joined Toastmasters. I'm serving as a club officer. Burnout is real. I have experienced that. But today I'm standing in front of you because I have come back. I have realized that it's okay to admit my burnout and talk about burnout if that's what you feel like it. And then seek help. Seek help from others to say, I don't want to be burned out. I'm a good officer. I want to be speaking. We are better examples for doing what we, if any one of us is out there being an officer, not delivering speeches, guess what we are actually saying to our club members? That leadership is a burnout activity. Let's not do that. Let's continue to leverage what's on our mind and give speeches about them. Let's be in front of people. So that icebreaker, that hobby you talked about, that hobby that you thought about, please go ahead and speak about it. And if you have any questions at all, I know we have a couple of minutes before now and my end of time. I am happy. Any ideas you'd like to entertain, any questions you have for me? Was this helpful, first and foremost? Was this helpful? Yes?
It's very, I did him Shravanti and Udaya.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Why it is only 6 pathways are able to purchase?
So Toastmasters based that on feedback, number of people who purchased, number of people who have pursued since the first time it was launched, and the launch was complete in 2018. And depending on what the interest was, what the feedback was, and how people were or weren't pursuing, they took all of that into consideration, and they're discontinuing some of the paths where there may have been also some duplicacy in some of the competencies that were being used and leveraged by the population, by you and me, right? So they took all of that continent of information into consideration, and they have done away with some of those paths, but they're keeping the 6 paths, definitely, because that's what I think is giving all of us that leverage into some of the competencies that have been most popular. From what I have learned, that is what that is.
Oh, nice. So
And
they will be
each of-
bringing,
Go ahead,
they will be
please.
bringing new pathways again, or only 6 forever?
So 6 until the launch of the LMS, the other paths are also available for purchase. They are available for all of us for purchase. And if any of us is pursuing a particular path that is going to be discontinued, we can complete them. We can complete them. And I'm going to share this with Toastmaster Jani and Toastmaster DTM Jani and DTM Dinesh here. I have links to each of those. There is a Pathways FAQ. There is more about Pathways. The information part of it is really all available on toastmasters.org. What I have presented is a distillation of what's out there, and there is a ton more. There's a lot more information out there. I hopefully have not strayed away from inspiring you to consider a little bit of poking around on your own time. But I do want to say, if you actively listen today, if you said to yourself that I'm here to learn, you must have a next step. None of this information is going to amount to anything if we don't act on it. None of this inspiration is helpful if we don't act on it. Please consider that, because there is this plethora, there's this whole continent out there for you and me to explore. Pathways is a transformative program. This is a program that is going to take you and me to that next level, whatever that next level may be, in our minds, in our hearts, and in our hands. So I want to encourage you to consider that. I hope this overview was helpful, and I'm going to stay the course here, stay with you, share my information as well, and share the presentation after, so you can click on some of those links and pursue what you wanted to pursue to the next level, to the next length. I want to turn things over back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Shravanti, for shedding light on the Pathways program. And I'm sure not only me, all have benefited, all have learned so many things, new things, in a very easy way. So please put your hands together and give her a good round of applause. So, but without further delay, we would like to call our next presenter. And I hope Toastmaster Mahmood Al-Mardi is with us.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so nice of you. And nice to hear your voice. So our third presenter, who is currently serving as an Area 1 Director in Division C, with a rich background as a previous Vice President of Education, a brief wealth of experience and dedication to fostering growth and development. Hailing from Bahrain, he carries a deep passion for Toastmasters and a committed empowering individual to excel in their communication and leadership skills. He joined Toastmasters for self-improvement and discovery within Toastmasters. So please put your hands together to welcome our third presenter, Toastmaster Mahmood Al-Mardi, for sharing his profound impact on mentoring can have on our growth and development within our community.
Thank you. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A very good evening to you. My name is Mahmoud Al-Mardi, and thank you for that introduction. I just wanted to just make something clear in the beginning. Apologies that I won't be able to open my camera. I've just been very sick the past couple of days. It looks like the weather is starting to kick in again. So just without further ado, I'll just like to start off with my session. So being someone who has been in Toastmasters for a long time, I did not know what mentoring was. And I believe there was it was a nice road to walk on. And of course, seeing the people who were with me in the road and people who guided me, I think that's what fosters Toastmasters. I think that's what brings us to the development that we are here today, which is the continuous mentoring programs that we offer in Toastmasters, even in the club and even also in district level. So this is just a photo that I looked around, which is when you have no experience. So this represents the yellow bird. If you can see somebody who has no experience in anything, and what they want to do is basically do everything at once. They want to skydive. They want to do so many things. They want to put all of the risks. But what's fun about this is that if you have somebody who is next to you, who guides you and teaches you on what are the things to do and what are the things to not to do, I think it will really affect his decision making. So this is one of the most important things of having a mentor, is somebody to guide you. And like I said, if there was no mentorship, if there was no one, somebody to guide them, then again, it will lead to a lot of risks and a lot of bad decisions that can happen. So where do you see mentors? Of course, it's seen on the screen, but you see them everywhere. You see them in your school when you were a student. Those who are currently married, when you guys have kids as well, so you have the teachers who are guiding your kids to be the future leaders and to represent them in the necessary discipline that they're going to go through. You have people at work, so you have maybe a peer, you have somebody, you have a manager. For those who are taking extra curriculum or certificates, you have somebody to get to seek assistance from. And of course, you have people in Toastmasters, which is the mentor programs. You have even your XCOM. For those who are in the XCOM, you have your president, you have your vice president, you have your secretary, and the list goes on. So for those who are not aware of what a mentor is, allow me just to further elaborate on the definition of it. So basic and simple, a mentor is somebody who is knowledgeable in a specific disciplinary. It can be in anything. It can be in public speaking. It can be in the current workforce that you're currently in. But he's focused. He's focused and needs an expert in a particular field, and experienced as well, who takes a personal interest in helping others, who serves as a role model, a coach, somebody that you can go back to when you have an issue, or if you have any suggestions, and he can help you. He can help you express your thoughts, and of course take you to higher levels, and even take your thoughts and turn them into positive actions. Offers knowledge, insights, perspectives, and wisdoms that also takes from his experience. And last but not least, helps someone become successful. That, I think that's the most important thing. When you're a mentor, of course, you've gone through so many experiences, you've gone through so many challenges. So the beautiful thing about being a mentor is helping people and showcasing them what you went through. And how can you change, how can you put your negative or positive experiences into the next generation, how you can educate them. So if you had, for example, a negative experience that you faced, for example, in Toastmasters, it would always be good that you can learn from that experience. And how can you guide the new peers or the new generation, for that they can take it as a lesson to learn. So therefore they should not uh, do it in the near future. So the roles of mentors and Toastmasters are many, but I would like to focus on two. So the first role of being a mentor in Toastmasters is the need to ease the transition for a new member. So when you're in a new club, or if you're a new member in a club, of course, there are so many things that come into your mind. How do you start? What are the pathways? There are so many. And I can bring you from a personal story as well. When I joined Toastmasters, I believe my mentor, fun fact, is in the call, which is DTL Jahangir. He was also my mentor, and I remember the first day I went into Toastmasters and I was completely lost. I did not know what to do. I did not know what was the agenda, and I didn't know even the plan. What was the plan? So I think one of the roles that he has done when I was in the beginning stages of my Toastmasters career is that he eased the transition. He was able for me to learn the program of Toastmasters, what it was, the club standard, the customs, what the club believes in, the confidence. He taught me the public speaking skills, participating in the different topics that we see in Toastmasters. For example, if we're in an official meeting, so how to participate. Let's say, for example, in the table topics, how to participate in the role players, which is the timer, a counter, and grammarian, and so on. And of course, quickly learning speaking skills, what can be done one-on-one. Like, for example, when I was starting out in Toastmasters, I wanted to build the sense of of speaking, but speaking with purpose. But however, I wasn't able to do that in the beginning. So what I used to do is that I used to sit with my mentor, and we used to run these sessions, which was around about 20 to 30 minutes, and he would basically give his speeches to me, and how he started off, and what were the things that he used to do, and the things that he did not do, and things that I should look out upon. The second thing is developing special skills like for example, for an experienced member. So if you're a mentor and you're mentoring someone, of course, that refines your skills. That gives you a skill set, an additional skill set. And you learn, of course, new skills. You learn through the way that's how Toastmasters has been brought up. You learn things every single day. No one is perfect. And of course, you inspire. The most important thing is you inspire, you nurture, and you support the positive growth. And I think that is the foundation of mentorship, is that how can we bring a positive community, and how can we nurture, and how can we inspire the new generation or the new Toastmasters, and therefore they can complete or continue the journey of the Toastmasters. Like I said, we have, as a mentor, there are several mentors in our life. So how can we make it sustainable as much? So that is also the most important thing, is the sustainability of it. So the benefit to mentors, if you're a mentor, so you have many. So one of them is that you learn from your mentees, the people who are with you, you understand, you comprehend what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and you can start crafting a program for them that suits their needs. You remain productive as well. Of course, when you're in your free time, some of you may like spending time with their family, but I think this is also a good way on spending your time positively and helping others, doing something for others, helping out again, and of course, receiving recognition. So if you are part of, so that it doesn't have to be a certificate that is being brought to you, but it's much about how impactful you were with people, how much did you get into their hearts, how much did they change. So for example, when I was even a mentee and I had DTM Jahangir be my mentor, and he's still to this day, I cannot thank him till this day. I cannot thank him for the amount of things that he's done for me, and the person that he changed. He was able to change me too. The confidence, the speaking skills, the roles. Again, with a good mentor, and with the recognition and with the dedication that a mentor puts in you, again, you will get recognized, and not even in Toastmasters, but even outside Toastmasters. It's not limited just into the Toastmasters public speaking world. Again, you get recognized even outside. People who are newcomers, for example, or maybe if you're for example, in an exhibition, and they see your skills that you have gained from Toastmasters, and then you always can refer back to your mentors and say, you know, this person has helped me. This person has able to changed me into this person that I am today. I have somebody who's much more positive, somebody who's much more nurturing. And of course, that also plays a benefit to the clubs as well. So one of many benefits that it has is that it has more active, involved, satisfied members. So this is something that I always enhance and I always mention, is that for a member to stay in the club, it is always important that he gets recognized, and he feels that somebody is around him that is supporting. So supporting is a very important tool in helping and nurturing and making it easy for the newcomers in Toastmasters. And of course, it helps members continue to learn, grow, and enjoy the club experience. Like again, because this is something voluntary and we want to make the best out of our experiences in Toastmasters. Again, it also leads to high member retention. People want to stay when people feel that they're recognized and they're heard and they're being helped at through the program that are being done, and even through the mentorship programs. They want to stay and they want to continue on that journey. And the mentee becomes mentor by nurturing other members' growth, and of course, readying leadership succession for the next XCOM. So I think this is also a very important point, is that when you start being a mentor and also being a mentee as well, again, it also prepares you to be the next heir to the next XCOM role, which is the next year. So the qualities of a mentor, and I always say this: effective mentors consider what it was like when they were new members. To remain effective, mentors must stay relevant. So I just want to pause on here, and I would like to just have a mini discussion. What do you guys think this means as a quality of being a mentor? I'm gonna leave it out to you. You can have 1 to 2 minute session. What do you guys think? What do you think this is? I don't hear anyone. All right. Oh yes, please present to number 2. Yes.
So I'm going to say effective mentors consider what it was like when they were new members, because then they understand that It could be nerve-wracking. It could
Yeah.
be that judgment that they're feeling, whatever it is that they're able to place themselves in the shoes of the new mentee and appreciate and mentor and tailor their mentoring to that need.
Indeed. Indeed, that's a very beautiful answer, and I totally agree with what our presenter number 2 mentioned. Of course, effective mentors, if you want to be effective, you need to understand what the mentee wants. There's no point of being a mentor and you're focusing on the areas where the mentee doesn't want to, or the mentee is not focused on. They have specific attributes that they want to achieve. So it's much important to always ask the mentee on what he's focused on, rather than focusing on 100 things. It's always important to focus on one. Focusing on one and then building that habit and adding and adding and adding and adding. Therefore, it makes it even sustainable and doesn't make it even nerve-wracking. So the qualities of the mentee, of course, somebody who is being trained, there are several qualities as a mentor, how we have high qualities and have high standards for them. It's also very important that mentees should be eager to learn, receptive, open to new ideas, loyal, and of course, grateful. These are, if you want to be a mentee, of course, there's always discipline in it. There's no point of, going into something and you're not committed. Like I said, this is a very sustainable journey, and of course, it will add a lot of benefit. So there needs to be commitment. There needs to be commitment from, of course, the mentor, but also from the mentee. Of course, if you want to take your mentoring steps forward, like, of course, over time, you can always ask yourself as a mentor, how have you benefited? You share your own goals. This can also be applied as a mentee as well. You share your own goals and how did you benefit from this program? You invite the mentees to other events, like, for example, contests, area contests, district contests, division, workshops, conferences, and acknowledging the mentees' programs, so recognizing achievements, explaining the speech contest to them at all levels so they can contribute, and even describing the Toastmaster organization. So how can you get started? So these are the several forms that you can look into, which is called which can be found on the Toastmaster website, which is called Toastmasters International Mentorship Program. I will be sharing this later on, but you can just write on Google or you can just research it, the Mentor Survey, and you can communicate it with your clubs. Of course, like I mentioned, an infinite relationship should not last forever. Even though we see it's sustainable, but we need, as people, as human beings, there's always the end of the chapter. But this end of the chapter needs to new beginnings. As a mentee, there's always going to come a time where you also need to be a mentor, and how you've been helped, you need to even help others. So what's the magic? By developing other member skills, as I mentioned, you should experience more, learn more, and even benefit even more. So to conclude, becoming a mentor and you too will have also an excellent opportunity to reflect on yourself, your goals, and what you want to become from the Toastmaster program. So take this initiative. For those who are mentees or those who have recently entered Toastmasters, start finding out mentors. Of course, that is why we are here. That is why we have this NOP program. You are surrounded with so many veterans who have been mentors for over a decade, and this is a very good opportunity to learn from them, and even use it to your own benefit, not just in Toastmasters, but even outside. Because, like, as a mentor, again, this is something sustainable, and you can get the benefits from it in the near future. So that's it. That's it from my side. Thank you, and I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al Mardi. You have really rocked the stage. You gave us nice explanation and experience. You shared your experience with us as a mentor, as a mentee, importance of this work. So let's give a big round of applause to all our presenters for their invaluable insights and wisdom. As we conclude this session, I encourage each of you to embrace the opportunity. But before that, we have question and answer session. For that, I would like to call our moderator, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Pal, to ask the questions or share the questions for the presenter from our audience. Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, and good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Still, I don't have any question or query in my chat. So floor is open. Anyone can raise your hand and you can ask direct question to the presenters if anyone. Just raise your hand if you have any question and query, and I will, our presenter will address.
I believe
Toastmaster Farooq.
yes.
Yes. Toastmaster Farooq, do you have question for which presenter?
Please go ahead, Toastmaster Farooq. He on raise hand, but maybe some audio issue.
Maybe, huh? Okay. I would like to ask one question from Toastmaster Mahmood
Yes.
regarding mentor.
Yes.
So I would like to know if, as a Toastmaster, as a new Toastmaster, as per my experience, I'm asking, when I joined Toastmasters and I didn't get proper mentoring because that mentor was also new. So in that case, what do you suggest?
Well, in that case, there's two ways to go. It's either the mentorship, maybe the mentor that you've been equipped with maybe doesn't have the necessary experience, or maybe is a newcomer or is very passionate of it. So in that case, what would be good is that you should relocate and speak to the president of the club, or even there's no harm of even speaking to people outside the area. There's no harm of you going to another area or going to another division to start speaking to it. So like, for example, even I have mentors who are not even in my area, but I have them even from other divisions. So there's no harm of it as well. You connecting with them and even having them being your mentor.
Thank you so much. I can see another hand from Toastmaster Deep Shikha.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My question is with presenter number 2. Like in the pathway, as you just said, like whatever we are learning here in Toastmaster, it has to be, we have to showcase that outside the room of this Toastmasters. So if in my workplace, I need a social platform, but when I'm choosing my pathway, if it comes a leadership, then how to balance both the things?
Toastmaster Deepshika, that is a good question. And if I may offer a modification to what you had said, is my goal with saying the power of Toastmasters is outside the meeting room was not to necessarily find a speech platform, but to take the competencies that we are learning here and applying them so we can leverage. Now, if we have a platform, so for example, I alluded to podcasts. So I record podcasts because I am part of an employee resource group called Network for Empowering Women, and I actually am the resident podcaster. So at my workplace, right, I'm a resident podcaster. So I record podcasts, and I've gotten plenty of, some of those examples that I used are my own. I've got plenty of credit for doing podcasts within level 4, correct? So to answer your question, if you're thinking about how do we find opportunities or leverage this, I'm looking at the competencies of, let's say, for example, receiving and giving feedback. Are you open to receiving feedback? Are you open to giving feedback, right? So if you do have an opportunity to actually go about and find that avenue to leverage some of those competencies, great. If you have an opportunity to actually get project credit when you have a few Toastmasters or at least one Toastmaster when you're presenting something at work, that's even better, right? Then you've not only achieved your professional goals at work, you've been able to apply those skills and competencies you have learned, and you've gotten credit for your project. So in a roundabout way, I don't know if I directly answered your question, but that was my understanding of your question. Am I accurate, or do you want to rephrase your question? Because that was my understanding of the question.
No, I'm completely agreed with you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You know, that's what I made of that question, so I hope I answered it. And that's a refrain I often use, is the real power of Toastmasters. And I was sharing with Deepa earlier too, is everything that I did out in the community or at work, I spoke about it in Toastmasters. Everything I was learning in Toastmasters, I spoke about it at work every opportunity I got. So, you know, we are changing the world one word, one speech at a time, but there is the synergy, there is this cross-pollination going on. So at some point, we find ourselves not knowing when the lines got blurred, but they are completely blurred for me. I'm a Toastmaster wherever I go. It doesn't matter whether there is or isn't an opportunity, because I'm applying what I've learned in this meeting room, outside this meeting room. So sometimes I'm changing, sometimes I'm changing the person in front of me, and together we are all changing for the better. So hopefully that came through in my presentation, is that's what we learn in Toastmasters. And if I may have permission to share one other thought from Toastmaster Mahmood, who was our third presenter. Do I have permission to share something about mentoring, Toastmaster Mahmood?
Yes, you can, please. The floor is yours.
Absolutely. We look up to our mentors. Sometimes what happens is, in that example that our previous person who asked a question said, sometimes we're in situations where we are assigned a mentor who we expect to know a little more than us, which is very, very valuable, very legitimate, correct? But we can also, if you're a new club or if you have a mentor assigned, you could also probably pivot to thinking of this person as your buddy, as your accountability partner. Think about it that way. So both of you can explore. So this is not a novel idea. We do it all the time. But sometimes when things don't work out, or when our situation demands a little more of the mentor, think about it in those terms. I'm not saying this person who is new will replace what a mentor can bring. While you do that, I also want to encourage all of us to think a little differently and say, you know what, maybe you and I can be accountability partners. Hemlata says, Shravanti, you haven't spoken in 2 months, and you're the VP of Education. That doesn't sit very well with our club. And maybe you and I can prepare together. Next time you speak, next week you speak, 2 weeks later I speak. So we could be accountability partners. We could both be exploring pathways, you know, set up some time and probably poke around and click a few links and read the pathways FAQ and learn new about what's coming in explorations, things like that. So I just wanted to put it out there. Sometimes our clubs are challenged to find more tenured Toastmasters to offer their time and talents. So that's one way to think about it.
There's a
Thank you
question by
so much.
Devang. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, am I audible now? I had some problem with my speaker, right? This is okay, great. Thank you. So my question to DTM Sravanti, you talked about being a member. When you introduction, there was a mention that you're a member of multiple clubs, 7, 8 clubs.
Yes,
I
sir.
have been on that part too at one time. I was a member of 10 clubs.
That is correct.
Actively participating, not just paper member. But what I wanted to now I'm just a member of 3 clubs and enjoying it. But there was a reason I took that multiple memberships for a reason for myself. But I want to hear from you. What advice would you give to new members on taking multiple memberships? When do you find the need to do it? Why is it useful? And any thoughts from your side? I just want to hear from you your thoughts on that matter. Thank you.
So,
and anybody else
absolutely.
can contribute, other members. That's also great. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Toastmaster Kader, thank you for that question. And it almost can stump any tenured Toastmaster, but I will try to answer it honestly. I was a member of one club for a number of years before I took membership or even found within myself the courage to become a good member of another club. I'm still with my home club. 11 years ago, I was a charter member. I'm still with Twinspirations Toastmasters, where I lived. So it took me at least 5 years to join a corporate club, 6+ years to join another corporate advanced club. And I came in as a vice president education simply because I was deemed a reasonably good Toastmaster at that time. And then 2 clubs that I sponsored and mentored, both within my district. One is Diversity for Success, where my deep passion for DE&I started. I will always stay with that club. The other is all non-native speakers of English in my hometown, where they're all parents of young Cavaliers. So that's close to my heart. We're all non-native speakers of English who are professionals. And then I'm staying with that club because, again, I have a vision for all of us to rise to that occasion where we are never, when non-native speaker of English is never part of our introductions. I never want that to ever come in, because our self-expression, how empowered we feel is more important than the language barrier that we are trying to overcome. And then the last club, the seventh club, is a club that is close to my heart. And I just was one of the charter members, and I'm staying with that club for just a little bit longer. So that's my trajectory.
Yeah,
So
thank you,
for
Sarvam.
my advice to anyone who is considering is be sure-footed where you are first, and then explore. Before you can walk, you have to be able to crawl. Before you can run, you have to be able to walk. Before you can swim in deep waters, you really have to be self-assured and know how to actually get there. So that's my thought about that. Thank you for the question.
I really like your answer. Like, one of the things that you really pointed out in your answer, even though tangentially, but it came out strongly, is that Toastmasters is not just about changing yourself, just about making a change for everybody else and giving back something. Like, you joined for the non-English speaking people that you had the club, and you contributed to their development and giving confidence to them to stand out. That was the answer I liked very much. Thank you very much for that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. This is the time when all the presenters feel like, have we really made a difference? If no one's asking questions, I wonder if we ever got anyone inspired. Come on, this is a good, safe, and a fine space for all of us.
Also, I think Toastmaster Deepa also raised hand, but no one noticed. Where is Toastmaster Dinesh?
Now I have, if I can go ahead, this is for Toastmaster Shravanti, distinguished Toastmaster Shravanti, so to say, because of her long experience in Toastmasters. I would like to put up a query, which I don't know if how many have faced on and off. Let it be contests or anywhere else when you have you have amazing seasoned Toastmasters, well-intended Toastmasters who give you advice. At times, it is contradictory. So you're in a dilemma what to do, because if you follow someone, it's what someone else says seems to be exactly contradictory to that. And beyond that, when it comes to contests, I feel when you have people who actually come ahead, volunteer to mentor you, or they give you advice, and I have a serious question where regarding Toastmasters and the speeches which you put forward, it comes from your soul. I mean, it depends on the speaker. It's like you put your heart and soul into a speech because that is what you want to portray outside, irrespective of each one has their own goals, whether you want to win a contest or you just want to be the best version of yourself out there and put out yourself on the stage. So in such a scenario, if you are given advices where you're told that this is the set format or module which exists in Toastmasters and you need to follow that if you need to win. So you have two options, either to follow your heart and do what you want to do on the stage, or is it that you need to change your speech and everything else to the extent where your heart isn't in it, is just for winning? What would be your choice at such a juncture is what I would like to put across.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. We are running over
Oh.
time. So very sorry and extremely apologize to you. But your question will be answered later after this finish. Let me the other meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Master of Ceremony. You can continue.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. As we know, this is the time for awarding and recognizing the members who join us, and we are really blessed to have them to speak and to give them knowledge, and they learn from us. So for that, I would like to call our coordinator, chief coordinator, distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. Wow, what a session we had today. I've been saying it for the last 8 sessions, and everyone knows that before this session, I was not that confident, the number of people turning around. But we had a good number, that is one. And secondly, I believe in one of the saying of our Prophet Ali that if you have taught one person, then you are a teacher. And I was counting today, I can see that around 15 to 16 Toastmaster, apart from the role players, were attending. So we, as the presenters and the role players, have definitely taught something to someone. So kudos to all the presenters and the role players for doing a wonderful job. I would request our Zoom moderator if you can display the certificates, virtual certificates. This was by request. Oh, yeah, good. Thank you. So firstly, to begin with, our first virtual certificate Toastmaster Hemlata Singh. Though she hasn't said it out loud, but I believe that she is under the weather as well, here or there. We can see that. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Hemlata ji, for accepting to be the master of the ceremonies and doing a wonderful job as always. She is the energy box, one of the energy boxes of District 20, and we are so proud of having her in NMOP series. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hemlata Singh. Next, this person just stepped in, so it's fine. Thank you, DTM Jahangir Khan. Moving to next, please. Wow. DTM Sravanti, thank you so much for accepting to be the presenter. I cannot tell you enough how much I was told about you by Deepa. But trust me, whatever she has said, you have delivered more than what she did mention. We all loved your session. We did learn a lot from you. And I can see that the PQD has been really happy about it from the beginning. So for the future assignments, he's definitely considering you. Thank you so much for beautifully delivering such a topic which needs to be delivered in this way. There was a lot to be learned from your session. Thank you so much. Please accept small token of appreciation. Finally, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi, a young gun in District 20, our Area 1 Director, one of my favorite mentees, though he has been under the weather, but he did came forward and delivered a wonderful session, a very good professional talk. Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi, for delivering the session today. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we didn't have the certificate for our Zoom moderator and IT moderator, my right hand, the person who has always been supporting me from the beginning, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Paul. Thank you so much for helping us behind the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, to all
my certificate.
Yeah. To all the role players, presenters, and the attendees, we really hope that we did deliver what we are planning to do with this particular platform. Those who were attending today, if you wish to be part of the NMOP series, our vision is to give an opportunity to the new leaders, to the new champions. So please come forward. It is your platform. You can be a presenter or a role player, whatever you wish to do, you can do it on this platform. Thank you so much, and we will see you the next last Sunday of the month, which would be shared with you the posters soon. Toastmaster Hemlata Singh, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster or DTM Jahangir Khan, for motivating us, for encouraging us by giving wonderful certificate or award. With this, we came to end of the session. So now I will, without further ado, our membership, Toastmaster membership, new membership orientation program gave us too much knowledge. Our journey towards becoming confident communicator and leader, both. Now you have to start thinking about and do it. Thank you for being here, and let's make the most of this fantastic opportunity for growth and learning. I hope all enjoyed this program. With this, I would like to adjourn the meeting on time, or you can say before 2 minutes. So we have
Wait, don't
still
leave,
2 minutes.
don't leave anyone. Sorry for interruption, Master of Ceremony. My
Group
request to
photo.
everyone, switch on the
Group
camera
photo.
so we can click the group
Group
photo.
photo.
Whatever you want to give, the heart or love, whatever, make it. I will click the photo. Let me give 5
We
more
can keep a
seconds. I
virtual
think some
heart, I
people are
think. Yeah,
just
that's
doing it.
perfect.
1, 2, 3.
One more. Wait. Let me put my, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. We may stop the recording.
Thank you. And
Yes.
before we leave the unknown